Oh, that's right. I put a hat on V1. I don't know how this works. I think some people may be getting a notice that I just went. I didn't plan on doing this. I just decided if I was gonna eat a sandwich, I might as well do it live. I'm in a cycle. About a month ago, I do this like I'd go to the grocery store and say, you can have anything you want in the grocery store. And I wanted one of those, Dagwood, a sandwich loaded up, Dagwood, And so I started buying sandwich ingredients and like, I can't get them to end evenly. I always have some cheese left or some bread left. It's easy. I don't like doing dishes. And yeah, there's less dishes with this. Uh, you know, my intention was to just, I might actually do bubble tea today. I've had bubble tea once before. I forget if I got the tapioca though, which I'm going to do this time. But I wanted to have tea. It was getting late in the day, and I go, oh, okay, I wanted some tea, and then I decided that I wanted a sandwich before I wanted tea in me. So that's why you're seeing me eat a sandwich instead of drinking tea, because it's in preparation for the tea. I'd eat more bread if I had a toaster. I have to heat up the whole oven. Well, I guess you can also do toast in a fry pan. But then you get the fry pan a little bit dirty. I would not, I would probably not wash it after just, yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't fill up the sink to wash it. But counter space, is at a premium over there. And I got this big island, but I've learned to live without a toaster. Maybe we'll give you a little bit. During this, I've been through, this is not my first sandwich phase. But what's new about it is I always put pickles or kimchi on it. I've been changing over the years as I get older. I love pickles. I love hamburgers, but it doesn't seem like they should go together. So I wouldn't say no pickle, but I would take my pickle off. I stopped doing that maybe during the pandemic, and now it's progressed so that I actively put pickles on my own sandwiches. Oh, I like the hot pickles. The hot, those are the best for the sandwich. I know they're not the best, but they are a good addition to a sandwich. You know, the fiery ones. So this is my favorite puer I have. The favorite of the cakes I have, of which I only have 4. This, I purchased it as a gift for a Christmas that not everybody made it to, so I had to give it to myself. I don't know what it is. I think it's 2017. And I wanted to get everybody cakes that were pressed in their Chinese zodiac birth year. And of the options available, this one was the most expensive. I think it was $80. And everybody else, they got one that was like $30 or $40. But that person happened to, and it was because I couldn't find a good one for little money in her birth year. And it also happens that, well, anyway, that's how I came across it. And it's really a lot better than, I have 2 2021 that are meant to be drunk young. Oh, look at what I did. I put all the rest of it in my mouth. Did you see that right in front of you? Here, this is the last of the turkey, though. Okay, let's see what. Oh yeah, I have 2 pieces of cheese left. So, you know what I could do? I could just like, heat up a fry pan and put the cheese in there, and just get it all crispy. What is that called? Marset? The thing. I think it's in the UK where they do it, or maybe it's Denmark, where the point is just that brown crispy cheese, and you grate it off this block onto a special heated surface that makes it brown and crispy. So I could do that. All right. I'm sorry that took so long. Checking in on what happens, with what a cup of tea looks like when there's no more tea. I think that's been almost a week. I've got a different frame of mind. Hey, come over here where people can see you. Come on all the way up. I don't want to, you don't want to get that pokey thing in your eye. Okay, she's being frisky. Oh my gosh. I know what I'm gonna do. See, she knew I had treats in my pocket. She was saying, no, I know you got treats in your pocket. That's what I'm all about there. I tried to get her to remember how to play fetch, and she knows what I want to do, but what you do with her is you throw the springy toy, and then she brings it back to you, and then you give her. Instead of throwing the treat directly. Oh yeah, that's all. That's all I got. Oh, that's the first sigh of the day. That's good. You know, I didn't have any tea at all yesterday. Well, it looks like I'm just going to tear off one piece here, and that's going to be good. I just exercised too much the preceding days, and I decided not to exercise. I should have stretched or no. I walked up and down the hall like once or twice, but you know now. Oh gosh, I'm stiff. I'm just come up here. Come up here. Just come all the way up here. So I don't know what this puer is, but it's the thing I like about it is it tastes really good. I saw another video that it was a woman explaining why she liked puer and showing this cake that she got in 2006 and has been drinking off of it since, it seems. Or, well, no, she got it in 2016. The cake was pressed in 2006. And she said it makes your whole mouth and throat taste like a forest. You know, I often, you know, rotting logs. Unfortunately, that's the best way to describe some aspects of puer. Best way to describe some other aspects are like vomit and wet sidewalk of worms. I get that quite a bit too. This has a little bit of that color. The leaf is a very much lighter color. She was showing off how, and it did look great. You know, if you like puer, you like looking at puer and smelling puer and everything. Oh, excuse me. Whoa! Oh, here it is. Yeah, so you know, rotting forest logs, it's like little tiny organisms that make them rot. That's what's, you know, and this is it. These are leaves that you heap in piles, and you make them a little wet and warm, and you let organisms work on them. Of course, it's going to taste like forest floor. You know, and I'm not criticizing the woman for that. I'm just saying, yeah, this is what it tastes like. You know, if you don't like that kind of thing, then oh, it's also sweet though. So I am going to make some tea. You know, I wish you could. Maybe you can't. I'd like to add music to this after the fact if I want to keep it. You know, and you don't have to show it. You can just. All right. Oh, do you hear that? I didn't turn the, it's warm. I'm surprised the HVAC came on. I live in this old shoe factory, and the heating and stuff is just crazy in it. Like, I can turn the heat off for days and it'll be fine in here. Like when it gets down into the teens or single digits, then you can't have it off for a whole day. But well, you can, but it'll be cold. And I'm on the top floor. There's like a black tar roof. I think heat comes and goes from this place in unusual ways. I knew I wasn't doing this strong enough or long enough, and I think I could even tell that I wasn't getting as dark of the liquor as I honestly, this is really unusual for me to have tea right after eating like that. The reason I did it was because I haven't eaten yet today, and it's like 2:33. I ate last night in the middle of the night, but on a really empty stomach, I can get my stomach can tell me that it didn't like the tea that I put down there too much. It wishes that I would have had something else in there first. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get some, but usually I like tea best, when I haven't brushed my teeth for the day, when I haven't had anything to eat. I think I can taste better before I brush my teeth. And I'm not talking about you cooking me. I'm talking about me tasting. You see, and I'm not enjoying this as much as I would otherwise. The sandwich being the thing that made it not otherwise. It's got a sweet thickness to it and some bitterness. But I'm not, maybe my brain is mostly just concentrating on what's happening to my stomach in terms of the sandwich. Because the sandwich does feel good in there. There's a neighborhood near me called Cathedral Hill, which is a hill with a cathedral on it. They also have a lot of restaurants lately. Well, there's been some restaurants there for a while, but there's been some newer, hipper restaurants. I don't know why I thought of that just now. Well, I do know, because I'm thinking this would be a nice night to treat myself to something out. I owe a few people dinners too. And I'm never sure. I'm not good at making plans. Well, no, I am, but I'm anxious about them. Like, I told some people that I got some help from recently that I would take them out to dinner, and I haven't done that yet. And like, one of them deserves to be taken out twice. And so, but like, is it? I like it when people give me 18 hours notice, to do something, because I want to. It takes me a while to get out of the house, and it takes me a while to get in the mindset to get out of the house.
I spend most of the day setting my mindset. No, really, I do. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Is like, okay, what am I going to do the rest of the day? Um, it's not very efficient. And I think I already said that. I think I described it as an anxious experience, wondering what I was going to do, didn't I? No, that was wondering. That was wondering when and how far ahead in the future I should make plans with people. Um, Originally it was supposed to be at the beginning of January, and that I was going to take these people out to eat. And I was going to take them to a restaurant that is no longer open. It was one of the best meat experiences I had in my life. I'm not a big lamb fan. Well, no. I don't seek it out. Like I don't think I've ever ordered lamb off a menu except for this time. So it's and I've cooked and I don't cook it. So it's mostly like when other people cook it for me. And I like it, but I'm going into too much about that. The point is, I had lamb that was. I'd have to think about it if I could come up with another meat experience that was this good. It was really good. This restaurant, I think it was Kashmiri, Nepali, and so a lot of vegetarian stuff, but also things such a few meat dishes. This lamb being one of them. It was beautiful. The way it was, I don't know what you would say, charred or crispy on the outside, and it was one of these things that comes like a standing rack. And we sat there after the meal, and I just sucked on the bone, and the flavor didn't go away. It was very, very pleasurable. The first time I ever had lamb, it was on Valentine's Day in Wilmington, North Carolina. My friend Sid, who is now known as Timmy, called me in the morning and said he'd been to a pawn shop and that he saw a cherry red, it was either a Music Master or what's the other Fender one that's shaped like that? Guitar. Jaguar. I think it was a cherry red Jaguar. It was Valentine's Day. Someone calls you up on Valentine's Day saying like, "Oh, I just saw a cherry red Jaguar," and if you were the person I was back then, you would of course drop everything and then go out to the pawn shop, even if you didn't have the money. And I didn't have the money. I don't know if I would have gotten it anyway. If I would, no. Well, no, it didn't. I was a college student. Like having a couple $100 extra was not part of my world. So I didn't get it. But we went back to his place, and he cooked lamb and served it with mint jelly. I think he seasoned it with rosemary, which I was also familiar with. Which I was also newly familiar with. The first time I remember the first time I had rosemary and black beans. I didn't know about either, and I was like a freshman in college. I was such a sheltered person. I met one of my college friends behind me in line. It was one of these things where tickets were going to go on sale at this window at the student union for REM at like, I don't know, 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. So a bunch of people lined up in the hall. Why am I telling you this? I'm supposed to be talking about tea. I'll bring it around to tea eventually. And so, you know, a lot of people just sitting there waiting to form the line. The window opened up early, and it was like, you know, rush, everybody like form a line, right? And so it was like this, and like, so there was the young woman, the girl behind me, like was just like, so, you know, we became close really quickly, literally. No, we started talking, and then I think we were either both newly involved with the radio station, or I think she just told me, yeah, like, you know, you can have a job at the radio station, you know, and maybe eventually give you a show. I think she was the one that, yeah, Nicole Lant. She is co-owner of a cannabis business now in Charlotte, and I wonder if they're the ones that grow from the place I order from. I don't know, but anyway, so you know, pressed up against me, we just started, and so this was and wow, you know, I don't know if I met the drummer from my band because it was her neighbor, because I went over to her place, or if it was a coincidence that I already knew Scott, but I think it was a coincidence. But anyway, she had me over for dinner, and she had fixed black beans with rosemary, and it was like both of those were like an entirely new experience for me, and they were meaningful. So that was the first time I had rosemary, and then this was my second exposure to rosemary. Was Sid, who is now Timmy. I guess he fixed me Valentine's dinner. He was living with Emmy, who I'm Facebook friends with. I almost waved like I was on Facebook. You know, Timmy is out there. He does his social media stuff like a young kid too. All right, yeah, I was mostly doing this for the factor. That was why I was looking forward to it. Mostly, I was like, I've got to have some tea in me. I didn't have tea in me yesterday. And the day before, wow, yeah, the day before I didn't either, because that was my coffee day, and I had a large, which was a mistake. I had heartburn later on from that. I don't believe tea has ever given me heartburn. Rosie Pete's. You want to come say goodbye to the people? We're wrapping this up. Yeah. So anyway, I've been using larger quantities, even larger quantities than I usually do. Now that I've got this order of teas coming in. This is a fairly whole leaf there. I think I ordered what, like 6 or 8, somewhere around there. At least three of which the description, it has a camphor quality, something I seek. I also got some interesting ones. One is something I'd never heard of, or I might have taken that out. I maybe had too much interesting, but tea flowers that have been pressed into a cake and aged. I don't know if that's a thing or what, but he has it on his site. So if that was one that I decided to order, I look forward to having that one with you. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to these camphor puers, and also a dansong. He had a couple kinds of dansong, 2 of which are roasted. You know, I've got a difficult relationship with roasted teas. I understand that, you know, for some aged teas, you got to re-roast them. I don't like when I can taste the roast. This might be one of these things that, you know, I'll be singing a different tune next year or the year after. But it's been what's been preventing me from drinking some golden water turtle oolong that I have. It's too roasty for me, and I'm kind of thinking if I let it sit another year, it'll be less roasty and I'll enjoy it more. It's part of the process. That sometimes it is done just for flavor, but it's also done to you know, I don't know why it's done. I was gonna say it's done to like fix the chemicals at a certain state, you know, get them to stop doing something. But then I think it's also done to regulate the water content. Like, I think the point would be of re-roasting it is you just, I don't want to say anything. I don't know. I don't know about it. Being that I don't particularly like roasted teas, I don't say, oh, here's a video about a kind of tea that I don't like. I think I'll watch it. Yeah, so the experience of this is really something about having the sandwich. You know, maybe it was because I had my mindset like, okay, it's going to be just mainly a caffeine thing. You know, I got to have a sandwich, and I'm not going to be able to taste the subtle flavors like I usually would. Maybe I just psyched myself out, but I'm feeling good from it. I'm feeling a little bit of a lift. Rosy Pants, come sit in my lap for just a second, could you? I didn't start wearing all these long sleeve shirts until I started doing the podcast. You know, it makes me think of the original Star Trek, the original series, when I see a guy in a tight fitting long sleeve shirt. And I think this is the case here. You know, and this, I don't know, is this like a scoop? Is that what you call it there? Oh, you know what? You remember that guy, Howard Jones? He had the song in the uneven, one of these songs in the uneven time signatures that was a hit anyway. Go da 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 da. New song, it was what he called. And well, anyway, he's got like videos and like two of them. From the time they've got this like mime dancer, like with one side of his face, it's like a serious businessman, and then the other side of the face is like a free-spirited punk, and he's like doing these mime things dancing. It's really funny. I wish this was not a live one. I'm not sure how to splice other videos into. I don't know. I don't think you can do that. I could download it and make it a not live thing. What do you think I should do? I think I should like stop at this cup. I'm getting a little bit too excited about editing video. No, I've got a whole day in front of me. This is really good. I really like this tea, even though the primary thing I'm getting from it is bitterness. That's because I had a sandwich. If you didn't tune in earlier, I started this off with a sandwich. I got a new pepper grinder. And it's one of these ones where you buy the grinder with the peppercorns in the store, you know, and you throw it out or recycle it at the end. My old one, I realized that it was adjustable the last time I used it. Literally the last time I used it. I just never really looked at the top, but I had been disappointed with using it. And it was because I had it on its finest setting the whole time. I was like, that's exactly what I was like. I was like, okay, so that's reminding me of what Spanish speaking people say a bird sounds like. A bird sounds pio, pio. if you're a Spanish speaker, and it sounds like coo, coo if you're an English speaker. I'm clearly being affected by this caffeine at this point. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of euphoria, and then I wanted to get on with the next segment of my day, which is either having more tea with a friend, or doing something on my computer, which could be anything. Yeah. All right. Should I have another steeping? Okay. If the water's still over 200, I'm gonna have another steeping. No, it's not, but we can heat it up for 200. What are you checking out? Are you like checking out? I don't understand my likes. Here, I'll show you one of them. This one doesn't come on, but I think this is some. Doesn't it look like it's emitting light? I think it's one of these things where it absorbs light and then it lets go of it right away, maybe in a different wavelength. Because look, doesn't it look like it's glowing right here? But this one doesn't come on with the rest of them. Are these incandescent bulbs? Yeah, they are. Or are they? Are these some weird kind of lead? I don't know. I remember it was like I wanted a lamp, and I just wasted time on the internet until I was on a page that also had a good deal on a lamp that seemed like one I would like. There she is. You know, it's if you just whistle it or hum it, it sounds like you're singing. You're doing Africa by Toto, which is a song I've always strongly had an aversion to. Ever since the first time I heard it. What an awful. You know, I don't think it's even catchy. I think the only reason we know it a lot is because they played it so much on the radio, and it's so god awful long. I best the rains down in Africa. You know, I best the rains down in Africa. That's how I've heard it my whole life, which I'm sure is wrong. Maybe if I understood the lyrics, oh, wow, this song is beautiful. This is a beautiful song. What am I saying? Probably not. But I probably didn't listen to enough Howard Jones back then. Oh, what am I doing? I could have pretended that I was saying like, that I wanted to dilute my tea just a little bit because I knew it would be better that way. No, I just accidentally poured some water in my tea. What did I say? One more steeping, and I'm going like 3 more here. Woo! I decided. Yeah. So there's you know these people that on YouTube they like go whoop whoop and then they jump off a kitchen table into a pile of knives and stuff like that. I was gonna start doing that, but like with tea stuff. What do you think, Rose? Yeah, at this point, it's mostly a bitter experience. All right, this has been like over a half hour. This has been 40 minutes. I did get a sandwich in there. Sometimes eating. I wish if I could have gone like snap and then there would have been a sandwich in my stomach, I would have done that and gotten right to the tea. I didn't realize what a time costly. I'm not here drinking tea for 40 minutes for your sake. This is like maybe, well, I don't mind talking to you about it, but I would do this normally. And so I'm just trying to see if I can share my experience with other people and get other people to like waste 40, 50 minutes on just a Saturday. It's nice out. You could be walking. This is like right in the middle of the day. Sitting here drinking tea instead. You know, and I think I would have got. Noticed a notification, but I should. This is my phone here too. I've got another phone. I've got a bunch of other phones. One of them works, and it's an Apple. And I think I'm going to be able to find an app that I can like press a button on one of them, and they'll start recording at the same time. So then I can have like a camera from like right there and right there, and it will even look more pro. I'm trying to make this homey by making it not right totally. So you look at it and you go, oh, that guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a person just like me. I think I'll watch him and listen to what he has to say about tea, because I'm trying to get in your mind that way through tea. So it goes sloppy video techniques, relatable, talk about tea, mind wash you, and then, you know, the next step, there's probably a couple parts to that. Yeah, this will be interesting. You know, I drank almost half of this already. A third of it. What do you think? You know, I'm thinking of maybe just, you know what I could do? I could right now break it in half and then just store half of it away. So by the time I got done with the rest of it, I would be on to new teas, and then in a couple of years I could come back to that, and I think it would be even better. I'm not saying I want to do it because then I would enjoy it. I'm saying that I might enjoy it more, and it would be interesting for me to you know, I've always drank tea right away. I've never aged it myself. Other than roasted oolongs, I've learned that, you know, I can hang on to them and they're a lot less roasty and I like them more. Well, I'm glad I got some talk in about tea here. All right. I hope there's more tea in my day today. I'm sure there will be. And maybe you'll join me for it. All right. Bye-bye.